Hey guys, and welcome back to Pokemon Sun. You find us here at the Trainers' School, and we have been tasked with taking down the 4 trainers who roam the school's grounds. Can we do it? Well, we have a starter Pokemon. What do you think?
I'm starting to think that this is just sanctioned bullying here. I mean, theoretically, if you're going to a trainer school, if somebody's, top fucking shit at that place, they could just bully all the other students with their Pokemon or something like that. I don't know. I just think it's a little suspect.
Wasn't that actually the subject of an episode in Gen 1?
Was it? I think it was Yeah, they go to that weird academy, I think. And then there was a kid there who was shit at his job, and then I think he had a thing with this one girl who was top shit at that school. I know this is very descriptive, but I'm just saying.
She had a Cubone, they actually used a virtual reality simulator, and it looked like the games, which was pretty hype at the time, because, the anime took lots of references from the games. Obviously it was an adaptation, but it didn't really cross-reference each other a lot for the most part.
One thing I really liked about the early anime was that it was very kind of proto and underdeveloped in comparison with more recent ones, so it got away with more fun, creative shit, I think. So, I mean, it was originally supposed to end at one point, and then, of course, now that Pokemon's successful, it keeps going and going and going, but, again, that just makes it all the better that Pokemon Sun is that new generation that kind of injects some life into the franchise.
And to be fair, the XY anime, it did a lot of good for the franchise, I'd say, or at least in terms of the anime side of things. Brought a lot of goodwill, regardless of how you feel about Ash losing again for the, millionth time, but it was a fun ride, so to speak.
Now, if they really want to do things different in this version of the anime, they'll have him fucking win something for once, which hopefully they will.
Well, the last time he was in a place that had a series of irons, he became the Iron Champion, so who knows?
Well, yeah, but that was all the way back then, when they were allowed to be inventive with their ideas, so this is kind of a dice roll at this juncture.
Oh, Tail Whip, man, I'm gonna murder some fucking grubbins with that shit.
Oh man, that tail whip right there.
You're a lass. You're only holding a tennis racket, you're not a completely different class of trainer.
Alas, I'm but a lass.
Nice.
I feel really proud about that one, I don't know why.
You should. Let's use the Tyranitar comb, and yes, they're all based on different Pokemon. Aww, look at him.
I didn't know they were actually designed after Pokemon. Admittedly, I don't look at combs that closely, but a Tyranitar comb, that's actually pretty okay.
Kind of unsettlingly, there's a Porygon hairdryer or something. I'm not sure if I want to use that. So basically, never get wet, guys.
Can't Porygon use, Tri-Attack or something, which is, water or fire, or is it just normal? I don't know. I wonder what a Alolan Dodrio would look like now that I think about it.
Lovely plumage, I'd imagine.
Hopefully it can, twirl its necks like a helicopter, which is an ability exclusive to Alola, of course.
Oh man, never gets old, never gets old. Oh my god, it's adorable!
Now, I don't know if this is true or not. I think it is, but I think, certain Pokemon react to certain different colors of Pokebeans. I thought it was, a sign based on type, what you can infer it would be.
Yeah.
But I'm not entirely sure, I have to admit.
Yeah, early days for me in regards to Pokebeans and whatnot. I just give them whatever the hell I like. They can accept it, or, go find another trainer who has better Pokebeans, I suppose.
Now, what you're supposed to do is, when you have the Pichus, you're supposed to actually raise their affection to max, because when they evolve into Pikachu at level 16, I believe, they will actually learn Electro Ball. I did not manage to do this, which kind of annoyed me, because later on, Hao actually has a Pikachu who also knows Electro Ball, and I'm like, you motherfucker.
Sorry, cousin, turns out I love my Pikachu more than you. Fuck off.
Fucking get him, Echo Knight, and wreck his shit!
Uh-huh. Right, there's one trainer down. Let's go find the other 3.
Just kind of walk through the halls, you're snapping your fingers, West Side Story kind of style. Or Grease, I guess. Grease would also make sense.
Or both. Quick spritz and we're good to go. I think you can actually go back and talk to Lily and she'll heal your Pokemon for free. Or you could, go back to the Pokemon Center if they allow you to. It's right there on the map. It's not really very far.
This isn't going to be that hard, obviously. It's still very early in the game.
There's one slightly tricky battle, and I'm surprised I actually had a Pokemon faint, but you'll see what I mean when we get to it.
Okay. I'm watching out for your failures.
You should be. You should be. How about that? We're inside what is essentially a building area, but there's still patches of grass for us to find wild Pokemon in.
You also find drugs readily accessible, which tends to happen in some school environments.
That's basically what education was created for, to allow people to beat up other people in special ways.
See, you would think that you wouldn't be able to do that with history lessons, but as it turns out, if you have a rap battle of history, it works out that way.
I think my favourite one is like Stephen Hawking versus, I think it was Einstein.
Oh, I haven't watched any of those because, again, it looks like content I wouldn't like. But I tend not to like most content on YouTube, I'll be honest with you.
Especially our own. Just terrible, really. Next time, don't fight me with a cocoon, okay? Bye-bye.
Well, it could have been a Caterpie. It may have actually known a few moves by that point.
I suppose. Oh, he's getting up there. He's rising through the ranks.
What does Pokemon School homework look like? Like, how would that work? Is it still, like, tests and shit, like a paper you have to write? Or is it, like, more of a demonstration sort of thing?
Could be worse. Could be like a... What's that term? It's, like, really archaic, and I think it's been phased out in certain schools right now. Dissection, there you go. Homework, dissect a Rattata.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, you can find them anywhere, and as you know, Alolan Rattatas have that gas sack you have to watch out for.
Oh, it's so sassy!
Oh, are you gonna get this one?
Oh, of course I am, mate. Cat bros for life.
I suppose. You're just gonna build like a whole team of cats and be like a crazy cat trainer, aren't you?
Well, first of all, that is my dream. Don't shit on my dreams, okay? Second of all, there is actually a run by, I believe, a YouTuber called Commander Holly. She's actually Rubber Ross's wife, who's doing a run of Pokemon Sun, and she's only using birds. And it's actually quite lucky for her that there are a fair few birds in Alola, so I might actually check that out during the course of this playthrough, you know, get a few bits of inspiration here and there.
Well, that does sound pretty interesting. You know, I admit for my first run through the game, and just in general, I don't really do challenge runs of Pokemon. I kind of just want to see how it plays out, and then probably never visit the game again, as I tend to do.
Alright, let's see what the Pokedex has to say about this version of Meowth.
This snarky motherfucker will tell you look fat in that dress.
Oh yeah. If it had an index, not an index finger, sorry, an opposable thumb, it would be snapping at you right now. Prideful, and crafty, and feral!
Human actions cause a surge in their numbers. I'm just gonna bring my cat to Alola. Hey, good job, Mom.
Mate, there's two L's in Alola. Alola, not Aloha, not Aloha.
And definitely not Kooky.
There you go.
Sassmaster! Sassmaster!
Close! Sasmo.
Aw, I think Sassmaster would have been hilarious, but then again, I'm telling past you to do this, so it's not gonna work.
It's short for Sass Monster, if it makes you feel any better.
I don't know, I think Sassmaster would have been... I should catch one and just call it Sassmaster, just to have one.
I probably won't be using Sasmo throughout the entirety of our island challenge, mostly because of Litten's final evolution, which is Fire and Dark, but to have a Dark type on the team this early in the game, it'll pay off in the long run. You can also find, I believe, a Alolan Grimer in this particular patch of grass, or at least this area, and I think that's also part Dark.
Yeah, the cool thing about Alolan Grimer is that it has unique colors. It's basically based on, like, motor fluid, which, of course, is highly poisonous, so I thought that was a neat little touch.
I thought it was based on oil spills and whatnot.
Like oil spills, oil fluids, gasoline, that kind of thing. It just references all that in general, and again, I thought that was a really good design choice.
At the time of recording, I'm only up to about part 6 or so, so you might not even see Sasmo that much over the course of the next few parts. I may actually go back and pick up a Grimer. I'm kind of like digging that idea now. Poison and Dark. You see, the optimal strategy is to straddle as many types as you can within your 6 Pokemon team. And you can go even further beyond with this by having Pokemon maybe carry moves that they don't necessarily get a stab bonus off, but well, that's same type attack bonus, redundancy. But the basic point I'm trying to put across is, have as many types in your team as you can, whether it be the Pokemon themselves or the moves they use.
You want to have a lot of coverage for different situations. That much I do remember from my, long absence from Pokemon battling. Although I used to be that kid that had like 2-3 fire attacks on my fucking Charizard. I think it was Flamethrower, Fire Spin. I think I gave him Fire Blast at one point.
Fire
I don't
Spin?
remember.
Really?
I was a kid, Tom. Don't blame me. Jeez. This was back when I picked Charmander because it was going to be a dragon when it finally grew up. Come on.
Oh man. Oh, not until Gen 6, I'm afraid.
You'll find Hayato around here, kind of remorseful because his dad happens to be a killer. It just happens all the time.
It's the hats, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the hats.
Okay. I should really give that to Sasmo. Who knows if he'll even be here come part 6, but we live, we hope, we dream. I think the last time I actually used Quick Claw was in Gen 2, and it just seemed like such a game changer. I can attack first. Sometimes, I guess. Be a bit broken if it was all the time, I suppose. Meowth chose to ignore the trainer.
Man, I ain't even having this shit.
Yep, that's a dark type, alright.
By the way, I hate clicking on the TVs in this game because they will never shut the fuck up about their fucking fried bread thing. Malasalda, I think it's called. I'm not pronouncing it right. I don't care because they just go on fucking forever and you're like, stop talking. I'd like to move on, please.
Oh god, it's like how died and is now possessing the television screen. That's one of his, personality traits, by the way. He loves that bread.
Okay, well, to be fair, fried bread tends to be pretty good. Although I think they do it with churros, where they put sugar on or something like that. I don't know. I've had fried, not Twinkies, I'm sorry, fried Snickers before, which was interesting.
I've had Snickers ice cream, although that's pretty common, to be honest.
I want to try fried soda, because apparently that is a thing.
What the fuck?
I think what they do is they freeze it a bunch, and then they kind of put it in the shell, and then fry that shell to the point where the soda doesn't really melt. I can't explain it, obviously.
I need several reaction gifs to describe my reaction right now, but it's a pity we don't have a water type. We didn't start with Poplio, because while it may look like a grass type, you gotta remember that Bonsly and its evolution Sudowoodo are in fact rock-ass Pokemon.
Fucking Bonsly, it's been so long since we've had our rivalry.
Oh, you remember from the anime, mate. Good times.
I do. Yeah, that's always a good idea. Let's attack the rock Pokemon with our bare claws.
I'll get through it, just give me a billion years.
Maybe Vlinton does it super fast, like an or rush kind of move. It's eventually fire will kill rock, it's kind of something that takes place over several thousand years.
Oh, you're being sassy today, mate. I can barely keep up with you.
Well, I don't know, if the fire was hot enough, it could turn the rock into lava, but they don't really have a lava type.
I guess fire and rock would be the closest approximation to that. Or fire and ground, something like Primal Groudon.
Yeah, they've had fire rock, fire ground before.
Fuck no, I don't want to learn Leer. Get out of here.
Hate all these early entry moves that you never end up keeping, like Growl and Tail Whip. You're just wasting a turn.
I find it kind of interesting that, in previous games where you go to, I don't want to learn this move, and it's are you sure? They don't do that in this game. You click it once and boom, you've made your choice.
Yes, that's happened to me, by the way, because I was trying to learn a move, my charger bug had gotten to a certain level and it was trying to learn the move charge. I looked at it and go, I don't really want that. So I sit there and I'm about to click it and then I accidentally press over 1 to get to the first move on the list, which was Spark, and I accidentally deleted that instead. And I was like, fuck!
How long ago before that point was it that you saved?
Yeah, it was quite a bit, and I did not feel like doing that again. Fortunately, not too long after that, I found the TM for Charge Beam, which is a very strong electric type attack. So I was like, okay, this will work out.
Yeah, it worked out for you in the end. Alright, we've beaten the other 3, now it's time to take on the top lad of the school, I guess.
I don't like the Rising Stars, because they always look so fucking smug, man.
Well, they're rising stars, wouldn't you?
Well, I mean, but the Ace trainers in comparison are a lot more moderated as a result. I guess that's maturity for you over time.
Oh my god, the female Ace trainer in this game is cute as fuck.
Yeah, she's pretty cute, I gotta say, while we're talking about our waifus. Always a good idea, by the way. Let's shoot gasoline with fire. Awesome idea.
Oh yeah, you harden up. Yeah, you raise your base defense stat. I'm coming at you with special attacks right here, mate. Good stuff.
I didn't know that Grimer actually could learn hard. Can gasoline get hard? I guess it can.
Well, I don't know, it becomes more... What's the opposite of viscous, exactly?
Non-viscous?
I guess so.
Sure, let's just go with that prefix.
Well, it can tank a hit at least, so yeah. My desire to get one of those suckers and get a Lowland Muck, which honestly looks really fucking cool in motion, is growing.
Finally, I get to break rocks like I do in real life.
That's good, actually, now that we have a fighting type move. That'll come in very handy.
Yeah, my Tropico still has a fighting type move. I actually taught it Brick Break, which is pretty useful for dealing with particular troublesome guys.
Certain totems, if you will. You said he was smug. He seems pretty cool and chill to me.
Is this the get hype move?
Pretty much, yeah. The hype man maneuver. Alright, settle in. It's a tutorial.
Again, it still retains the useful thing that started... I think it started in X and Y, or it may have been apparent beforehand, where when you get a technical machine, you can use it like infinite number of times, where it used to just be consumable. And trust me, that is like a huge godsend. Like, I've taught multiple Pokemon Brick Break in order to cover particular weaknesses, so it's very helpful.
Oh man, the days of buying Flamethrower and like Ice Beam and whatnot and teaching it to Mew. Oh, those were the days.
Hey Lily, what are you doing? Yes, I know that's a bell. I'm not stupid.
Oh dear. Is this to do with us? Oh jeez.
You already got in fucking trouble? What did you do?
The thing they assigned me?
I got into a fight. An awesome fight.
Well, you see, Lily, the thing is,
Well... I said that too, just because I wanted to see the reaction on her face.
Are you willing to heal me still? Well, doesn't matter. Let's go to the principal's office, I suppose.
Turns out, I thought the sky was falling, and nobody believes that, so the principal is very disappointed.
Don't fucking sully Pokemon Sun and Moon with Chicken Little references. Jesus.
Are we gonna have a dramatic battle on the stairs, just like the movies?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I am Entom, you killed my father, prepare to die. Wait, your father's dead? Oh, I don't know, I'm just quoting it.
Alright, battle against teacher.
Well, I suppose it's better than smoking in the boys' room, which apparently you're not supposed to do at school.
What do you mean, apparently?
Well, don't smoke, kids. It technically does not work out most of the time.
There we go. I wonder when you were going to pick up on your lack of logic there. Anyway, it's time to take on teacher, I suppose.
Now the teacher's kind of cute too. This is gonna feel bad.
Alright, as long as that thing doesn't have sturdy, we're good to go.
It might have sturdy. I actually caught a Magnemite a while back. I briefly thought about using it in my team, but then I realized both, you know, my Charger Bug and my Pikachu was kind of covering electricity, so he's been sitting in the box.
I caught a Magnemite. You can find one in the same place that I caught Sasmo, you know, a Lowland Meowth, and he basically stayed with me until the end of the game when I became champion.
Oh, really? Did you make him a Magnezone?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yes. I am so happy you made him into one of my favorite Pokemon with the deepest, most rad voice ever. Well, that and the Reggies. The Reggies can be pretty cool voice-wise.
Let's see how THD, the Pokemon, not the person, does against a Lowland Meowth.
Well, I tried to fight an Alolan Meowth in real life. It did not go that well. Those things fucking cheat. Let me tell you. I guess that's why they're Dark-type.
Pretty cool that we got Rock Smash just before taking on this dude.
Yeah, sometimes I have to struggle to think about particular weaknesses of Pokemon. Again, I have the menu to kind of remind me, but I'm like, wait a minute, Dark is weak against fighting? I don't really get that one, I have to admit.
Oh, don't flinch. Please don't flinch. Oh, fuck, I flinched.
Oh! With some status ailments and effects, they seem to pop up more frequently, than in past games, whereas, when you're using Bite, Pokemon do tend to flinch more as a result. Paralysis and confusion tend to kick in a little bit more from what I'm experiencing, but that's just me.
Sun and Moon as a whole, and you can, take this however you like, you'll probably disagree, or you might even agree. I feel there's some of the, trickier games in the series, probably up there with, Black 1.
I mean, I was actually quite surprised by how tougher, some of the enemy teams have gone, especially particular challenges we're going to face later. And, with status effects kicking in so often and things like that, it kind of pushes me a little bit more to the wall than past games have done, and I kind of like that.
See, what I did wrong there was going straight for the kill instead of healing, because I probably could have tanked a couple of buys, but not one at this level of health. Oh no.
Now it's just Sassy Meowth versus Sassy Meowth to see who is the snarkiest of them all.
But you see that's not very effective, for I am also of the dark type.
I guess this is the only time a cat fight is actually sanctioned within this environment.
Are we in the teaching dimension right now?
Yeah, it's doing that thing from X and Y where the background just kind of blurs out a little bit.
To be fair, I think that happens a lot less frequently than it ever did in X and Y. Here you'll see, the natural backgrounds of where you're fighting a lot more. At least from what I can recall, anyway. Well, looks like I'm getting fired.
I hope you have fun being a substitute teacher, Emily.
Magnifique.
I guess I'll have to go back and be a musician like my father wanted. Here, take the answer guide. It'll tell you everything you need to know.
I will pass with flying colours.
This early, we're already getting great balls. That's nuts.
I find, you mentioned, the up rate of, confusion and flinching, etc. I found that I was getting, the critical capture a lot more. You know that thing where the Pokeball shakes in midair and you catch it with, one bump and whatnot?
Well, that's a thing?
Yeah.
I don't think I've encountered that at all. Then again, it's been a very long time since I played Pokemon, so obviously I missed it.
Oh man, this guy has a really unique design. I wonder if he's important. I mean, we already know he's important, but I'm just trying to heighten the mystery about the guy.
And yes, I had to do a double take and confirm that that was not in fact a girl. I'm sorry.
Well, maybe I've watched too much anime or JoJo, for which I blame you, but I caught on to the fact he was a guy straight away.
Hey, earlier versions of JoJo, they're a lot more masculine in figure, don't deny it.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
I want to be an island trial guy, but my trial is you have to play me in Dungeons & Dragons because I don't have anybody else to play with.
It's like the Nintendo World Championships, but in a Alola.
You cast Magic Missile into the darkness. Can I go now?
Who can beat me in some of, I don't know, the Pokemon Stadium 2 minigames? Whoever gets the highest score wins.
The ultimate challenge is you have to actually defeat me in Wii Sports, and we all know how consistent that is.
Basically saying catch more Pokemon with the Pokeballs you just got.
They're great, after all. They're great days. They don't have, Super Balls and Wow Balls or things like that.
I think there's only, one new type of Pokeball in Sun and Moon, but it's a pretty good one.
If there is, I haven't encountered that one yet. I've mostly been encountering past stuff.
It's pretty close to the end game, if not the post game, so you won't be seeing it for a while.
Alright. See, you've already done so well at school, and you graduate and get out.
Did you really need to announce this? I'm feeling kind of pressured here.
Meanwhile, the other kids sitting in the classroom, damn it, I still gotta go through the rest of the day. Crap.
Son of a fucking bitch! Fire beats electric, I don't know, I just want to go home!
And if you think that's bad, kids, wait until you get a job.
They have a completely different school for that. It's like Pokemon School Plus.
Or college or something like that, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly what I said.
I don't know most of you people, so... Lily, you're coming with me anyway, why are you sending me off?
Where was that one teacher, by the way? What, is he not special enough to be here right now?
I suppose so.
It's nice to, have people encouraging you, though. It's fine if, you surround yourself with people who, strike a balance, but at the end of the day, we all need to feel good about ourselves.
You need people who can encourage you but can call you out on your bullshit, so you will have honest feedback and you'll be able to improve. I feel that's important.
Why do you think I keep you around? Jesus.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that, aren't I?
Oh, you want to keep traveling with me? Okay, I suppose.
Well, I like Lily. I like having her as a companion, so I'm all for this, actually.
What about Hal?
What about Hal? Hal? I'm trying to think of a pun, but I can't. No, I don't want him with me.
How couldn't you come up with a pun? It's so obvious.
Oh, and that's so much better than the one I did?
Hey, at least something's better than nothing. Why are we in first person here?
Listen, I'm not playing Hoonie Pop with you. I'm sorry, Lily. I mean, I like you, but I don't like you that way, you know?
Yeah, keep your video games to yourself, Missy. Wait, so was I technically not a Pokemon trainer before I went to school? How does that work?
Well, obviously you don't have your license.
Okay, I read the text, I got the context. You meant on the bridge when I literally didn't have a Pokemon. Okay.
I just like the idea of you running around, you're this unauthorized Pokemon trainer. You're like, I do what I want.
Well, I guess that was sort of the plot of Pokemon Coliseum, when you had to, you know, capture the dark Pokemon and whatnot.
Hey, remember me? Generation 1, how's it been?
Oh yeah, I'm the OG, baby. I like Tauros a lot, actually.
Tauros was okay, not my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon, but he's not bad, you know.
Oh, okay. Has anyone seen my mum recently? She should be around here soon. Maybe to take me home, maybe?
Yeah, always pet wild bulls. Good idea. And then he died because he got gored.
It is implied that I patted you.
It's not every day a bull falls in love with me, unlike that one time.
Worrying. Very worrying.
You should probably worry a little bit, yes. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have dinner to prepare, and Tauros will help me with that, won't you?
Say goodbye to Tauros, kids.
Taking him back to the old farm. Tauros, just keep on going. No, I'm done. I'm not waiting for you.
He's so happy. How does he stay happy all the time? It's like, what is it, masala? Masalada?
Man, the powers of fried bread do tend to help. I just think he's a Pollyanna myself, but that's just me.
To explain to our audience what that means.
Well, you know, it's like a term for somebody who's so overly happy and optimistic that they kind of deny the negative things are happening. It's based on a play, movie, book. Let's just name all the media, so I cover one of them. Record.
Sketch,
could be a record.
Interpretive dance.
It's a painting, of course. Alright, Hal, no, Hal, look, no,
I wish the
no.
protagonist's head bobbed up and down to follow him while he was doing this. Got a big old town to explore in the next part, guys. It's pretty rad, actually. It's the single biggest town in all of Alola.
Oh, really? Already?
Yeah. That's not to say the other towns are, like, teeny tiny. It's just that this one is by far the largest.
Well, it is an island, so it should feel more like local and friendly, I would think.
I remember people kind of freaking out because they thought, that's it, when they first saw, like, the overworld. But there's more to come, guys, I assure you, so come back next time for more Pokemon Sun.